Hello. My name's Sam and welcome to my channel So Let's Sparkle with Sam, and today I am going to be doing my So Hayley Jane unboxing. So it's unboxing time again. It seems to have come around really quickly this month. I don't know why, it just seems to have done. So I am going to be unboxing issue 77 and it's Spring Forward box, April box 2025. So if you like this kind of thing, then don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. And if this is not your thing, generally I do a weekly Monday sews, which is just a chat about my life and sewing. And then I try and do another video in the week, which is a kind of more of a kind of sewing skills or sewing fun video. So yeah, so that is me. So I guess you want to know whether I used last month's fabric. So last month's fabric was this gorgeous checked fabric, and I have actually used it in a project. So I haven't used it all. I've got about 1.5 meters yet left. And I used it for, I've turned my Mia messenger bag inside out so you can see how I use the fabric. And there it is. And in all its glory, and I've used one of the Specky Seamstress labels because I just thought the colours went so well with it. So this is the inside of the Mia messenger bag with the kind of zip pocket, and I've used it for the tabs. And then if I turn it back round again, that is my Mia messenger bag by Blackbird Fabrics. So yeah, great, isn't it? I think the colours go really nicely. So yeah, that's what I ended up making with it. And I have got 1.5 meters left. Well, and some tails. About 1.5 meters, because yeah, the lining for that was about 1 meter. So I've got about 1.5 meters left. Now, yesterday, was it yesterday? The day before, I made a new shirt pattern to me. It was the French Navy Seneca shirt. If I've not got it quite right, I'll put it underneath and I'll pop a picture of it there. It's like a crop shirt and I really enjoyed wearing it. So I think 1.5 meters I would get that out of that. So that might be one option. But also my son is in desperate need of some shorts for summer. And I was thinking that might make some nice kind of summery shorts for him. So I think that's what I'll probably end up using the leftover for, but I need to have a look at patterns and things. So yeah. Now, it's been a bit of a tricky week this week. We've had lots of things going on and we've had a bit of kind of, you know, news and things that I won't go into too much in this video, but put it this way, it's been a bit of a week, you know, and so I felt like this week I wanted to kind of cheer myself up a bit, you know, reinvigorate some of that sparkle. So I treated myself to a magazine. I don't often buy sewing magazines because they're quite expensive, but thought I'd treat myself. And who should I see but the lovely Hayley, advertising her Thready Set Go. And I'm actually going to be joining a Thready Set Go in a little while this morning. I'm going to be joining in their Saturday morning sewing socials. And if you're wondering what they look like that. And that's me. That's Hayley and that's me in my little square. So yeah, so that was nice to have a little read of that. And yeah, and actually it's quite a nice magazine. I did love sewing. I did get the pattern for these dungarees, but unfortunately they're only size 6 months. I think it's 6 months a year and 2 years, and I don't really know anyone that small to sew for, but they did look really fun to make. And I did get some other sewing patterns as well. I got a nice little blouse pattern and one more pattern, but I can't remember which one it was now. But yeah, it's just nice to have a little flick through. So the other nice thing about the So Hayley Jane club is that she also does a pattern club. And this month for April, it is the Eddie cardigan blazer by Friday Pattern Company. And I believe that if you subscribe to the luxury box, I think you get a pattern in it. And I think there's been some hints that this might be the pattern in it. But, you know, if you don't, then you don't, but I think that might be the one that you get. I don't get the luxury box, I get the classic box, but I did decide to buy this pattern anyway and get it printed off. And I've made the decision that I'm not actually going to make it up in February. I'm not actually going to make it up in April. I'm not going to make it this month. I am going to make it, but I think I would probably wear it more in the kind of autumn months rather than kind of spring, summer. So I'm going to wait because I went through my fabric stash and I couldn't find the fabric that I wanted. You never know, I might just find the right fabric and I might just go ahead and make it. But yeah, but I've got it, so, and I do quite like the pattern. So that was fun. And then, yeah, so we'll get on to the box. Now, I have slipped the box open, but only to get the magazine out. I haven't had a proper look inside. I've had a little peek, but not a proper look, to get the magazine out. And it's Spring Forward 80. Words today. So my box actually arrived at 7:30 last night. So Friday night, 7:30, and the box arrived. Well, I was a glass of Sauvignon Blanc in by then, so I was not going to do my unboxing last night. So I'm doing it this morning. So the fact that the words were a bit blurry may be to do with my Friday night garden wine, but you know. So yes, so we've got the April 2025 Spring Forward. And Hayley always does a little kind of note at the beginning. And then you always get your QR codes for putting your fabric into Stash Hub, which is great. And then you get your 3 fabrics, 3 makes, so you get lots of kind of ideas. I won't go through the magazine. Yeah, I won't go through the magazine too much, but I will just show you the profile of Nikki, because Nikki also joins in on the sewing socials, and it's lovely to see her in her beautiful cinnamon daisy skirt, which is absolutely stunning. So yeah, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous. And I believe that that was the fabric that she bought from Carolyn Rose. I think that one was there. So yeah, nice. Yeah, and then in the back it tells you what you get in your box, and then on the back sheet it tells you how to look after your fabrics, because I've been on a couple of sewing socials this week where people have talked about not knowing how to care for their fabrics. So I think it's good that you've got that little bit there. So should we open the box? I'm going to do a little bit of a did you get a peek? So the first thing that I see is this, and it says Spring Forward, and it's a lovely little print. That's nice, isn't it? That's lovely. Super. Now I'm actually doing a spring themed sewing swap, like a gift. So I sew something for someone and send it to them, someone that I don't know, and someone else sews something for me and sends it to me, and we're doing kind of a spring swap. So that might be a nice thing to pop a little note on the back to send with that. That might be a nice thing. And then I've got some stickers. Everyone loves stickers, do they not? I love stickers. These are fabulous. And then this might give you a hint to my fabric, which is this kind of, I don't know, I think I want to call it Antique Rose, 473. But yeah, there's the colour. And then our sweet treat are these little sherbet, well, I want to say sherbet lemons, but they're pink. So, sherbet things. And then we have got 2 fabrics. So we've got the complementary fabric and then the actual box fabric. And I'm going to show you how well the complementary fabric goes with my nails. Look at that. So this feels like a satin, like a silky satin. Oh, very nice. So obviously my first thought is Ogden cami, because whenever I see any fabric like this, I always think Ogden cami. But I'm actually thinking it goes rather nicely with this. kind of goes quite nice together. So I didn't know whether I can kind of use them together somehow. I don't know. Maybe top and skirt, maybe, don't know. Who knows? But this is absolutely beautiful. Now I know, because I've had a look through the magazine, that this comes in 2 different colorways, and this one has got more pink in, but I think it's got like lots of colors, and I don't know, what do you think? Does that suit me? I think so. The other one is much more bluey greeny colors, but I actually I think I quite like this. It's quite a nice fluid drapey fabric. It feels like a viscose. I'm pretty sure it is a viscose. Yeah, 100% viscose, and it's lovely and drapey, and I've got 2.5 meters, so I'm gonna have to have a real good think about what I could use it for. What do you think? What would you use it for? I don't know. And I do think that this does go with it. I'm not really much of a skirt person, but I'm wondering whether, and I don't think I'd wear this as trousers. I have got a pair of very highly patterned wide leg trousers, and I do wear them, but I don't think I need another pair. So how does this look on my face? What do we think? Yeah, I do. It's so soft. Oh, lovely. So yeah. So that is my So Hayley Jane unboxing. It's short and sweet today because I need to get off, because I need to go and join Hayley and the gang for a little sewing social this morning. I hope you've enjoyed seeing what I've made, and if you've got any ideas for what I should make out of this month's box, then let me know. Thank you so much for joining me. Don't forget to sparkle. I'll see you really soon. Bye for now.